Today on Torch TV, the C4 department is getting involved with Exhibit Columbus.
We talked to advisors and students who worked on the project.
Art and architecture in a really interesting way that relates to the history of this place.
This summer's flood disaster.
Finding out if the gym will be ready for winter sports and what parts of the school were damaged.
There is not a sport or a team or a program at Columbus East that was not affected.
All that and more on Torch TV.
Hello and welcome back to the Columbus East Media Studios. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Torch TV. I'm your host, Aaron Seidner, and alongside me is Emma Campbell. Emma, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited for our first show of the new school year.
And speaking of first, our first story has to do with the architecture that's taking over the streets of Columbus.
C4 architecture classes have decided to include a project of their own in this year's Exhibit Columbus. Our very own Sophia Ramirez joins us today with this story.
In the past 5 years, Columbus, Indiana has become a hotspot for architects and designers. Exhibit Columbus has become a focal point in Columbus and has left its mark on its own town since it started. In 2017, Columbus, Indiana began construction on several pieces of art to be placed around the city. Since this began, Exhibit Columbus has grown to be a large part of the community.
It celebrates art, architecture, design, and community, but it's also trying to talk about art and architecture in a really interesting way that relates to the history of this place.
Artists and designers from around the country and the globe are invited to come make a installation in Columbus that relates to a certain brief.
This exhibit will start the 20th. They'll go to maybe the middle of November. Then we won't do this again for 2 years.
Exhibit Columbus is more than just art to look at. The history and the importance of these pieces can leave a lasting impact on the city and its people.
I hope people gain an understanding about place. It's an invitation for you to take some ownership of your downtown.
I think that's the whole basis for Exhibit Columbus. It's just an acceptance and appreciation of design.
As residents of Columbus, we kind of live around all these great pieces of architecture, and we almost take them for granted. It's kind of about forming those ideas about architecture.
The art that is put on display is not limited to just architects. The community is able to get involved and even build an installation themselves.
So this is our 6th year of this project, and this is our 3rd time working with high school students to build one of the installations. They started back last fall. These students are working with Darren Johnson at Columbus North.
This project is designed by a group of high school kids. In doing so, you get 12 to 15 different designs. They started out looking at the Native Americans that inhabited our region right here, specifically Columbus, southern Indiana, and it's a tunnel because they wanted to implement the river so they could do the chronological history of the architecture in Columbus.
Exhibit Columbus has done more than just make new pieces of art. It has brought new faces to the city and given the town something new to discover.
They provide a lot of unique insight to what outsiders see in Columbus. It's a completely different view looking in than looking out from Columbus.
It brings the community together, and I think they just want people to accept and embrace design. If you're not interested in architecture, fine. Maybe just come and hang out with your friends a bit.
And try to understand what someone has spent a year thinking about and months making. What are they trying to say to you?
Exhibit Columbus is open now until November 28th.
Bring Change to Mind will meet regularly on the 3rd Wednesday of every month.
The PBIS student winner is Jackson Gentry. Please come to the dean's office to get your gift card. The staff winner is Miss Searcy. Your prize is in your mailbox. Congratulations, guys.
The Columbus East Food Pantry will be open to students every Friday right after school. Pre-bagged food will be available for a grab and go, and there will be options for 1 to 3 bags of food. The food pantry is located in the hallway behind the library near exterior door 31. Remember, Columbus East, the food pantry is for you.
Juniors and sophomores, the PSAT will be held on October 26th. This test is free, but you must sign up in the bookstore. Sign-ups will be until October 8th. Tests are limited, so make sure you sign up today. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Hinton in the Counseling Center.
Over the summer, Columbus East got itself into a bit of a stinky situation. The week of Father's Day, there was a backup in the sewage drain that caused the lower level of East to flood. East basketball courts, auditorium, and locker level got the worst of it. The basketball courts cracked and fell apart, the auditorium lost its flooring and wall paint, and then most of the drywall on the lower level had to be replaced.
The athletic spaces, coaches' offices, the gym, all two or three gym floors, the wrestling workout room, a lot of the locker rooms, the planetarium. So there were just that entire lower level was impacted.
They started on August the 12th, and it's a 4 to 6 week process. So our target date would be that when our girls volleyball team plays Columbus North on September 30th, we at least have the main floor done. And then November, December, hopefully the auxiliary gym will be done.
The East Main Gym is now open. Sports teams are now using the new courts.
Speaking of sports, here's our first year Chase Safi.
Starting off the week, the girls golf team won their first sectional win since 1990. Tomorrow, the girls will compete in regionals at Country Oaks Golf Course. The boys and girls soccer team picked up 2 big conference wins this week. The girls team defeated Jeffersonville 3-0. Sydney Berkmeyer, Ruth Federle, and Heidi Murphy each had a goal. The boys soccer team beat Floyd Central 2-1, both goals coming from Quist Quisenberry. Yesterday, the girls volleyball team defeated Floyd Central 3-0, making them this year's HOC Conference champions. And tonight, the football team plays Floyd Central for our homecoming game. Good job and good luck to our Olympians. Back to you guys.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. From Aaron, Sophia, Chase, and the rest of the East Media crew, I'm Emma Campbell, reminding you to take care of yourself, others, and the school.
And as always, try to be the best part of someone's day. Thanks for watching.